Okay, so let's talk about the 50 EMA plus Fib plus price action strategy. First of all, let's establish some ground rules. So basically what you want in case of drawing Fib is you want to look for impulsive moves. Let's say this leg right here, on which we basically draw a Fib. Okay, so that's the beginning of the strategy. The second thing is we have an added EMA, which will go in this case something like this. And I'm not sure if I'm good at plotting EMAs or something. Let me just amend this. Okay, let's say the EMA will be our yellow line. So the thing is, the entry, this strategy has basically two conditions for entry. You need to have an impulsive move that either supports the current trend, which is this case, or an impulsive move that breaks current market structure. So let's say the price has been struggling in a range. Sorry. Okay, so let's say that price has been struggling inside this range right here. Let me scroll this a bit so that you can see. Okay, and in this case, the EMA would be something like this, right? The EMA will stay right around the price because it's the median price of the last 50 candles. So you will, in case of ranging markets, you will find the EMA right in the middle of the price usually. Now, what we are basically looking for in this case, sorry about that. What we're basically looking for is for price to break in either direction. Let's say it breaks impulsively to the upside. So in this case, we have our first condition met, which is a break of previous structure. And we also have the second condition met, which is an impulse, a huge and sustained impulse on which we can draw a fib. And we draw a fib from the igniting candle all the way to the top once, this is another important thing, once we start to see a retracement. And in this case, the EMA will start to be doing something like this. It will go with the price. Okay, so far so good. Now in this case, we have to identify for our entry, we have to identify the level of structure that was broken and to see if we have any confluences with the fib that we drew and with the EMA. So let's take this optimal example. You will place a buy limit on the EMA, which is a confluence with the 50, with the 618 fib as well, and with this structure level right here that got broken. And in our ideal case and scenario, the price should do something like this. It will trigger you and then reach your profit target, which is at the beginning of the fib. So that's where we take profit. Regarding stop loss placement, if we were to take buys or sells at the 618 level, the stop loss should be a few points below or above the 764. And if we were to take buys, depending on the situation, again, we are looking for the level of structure that got broken. But again, I will show you some examples so that I will make this as clear as possible for you guys. And in case we take buys at the 382 level, the stop loss will be halfway to the 618 level, provided, again, this is quite important, that the 50 EMA, that the stop loss is sheltered by the 50 EMA. So if it's this case, the stop loss should be at least below the 50 EMA. We will target again the top of the fib. Okay, so having this covered, let's jump into some market conditions right here so that I can show you a buy example and then I will show you a sell example for this strategy. As you can see right here, we have this descending channel that held for some time. As you can see, it tried to nudge it 3 times. It didn't work. 4th time went right through it with nice impulse. So we have our impulse on which to draw the fib on, starting from the igniting candle of the move all the way to the top. And in this case, as you can see, the structure that was mainly broken is this line right here. So as an entry and as a confluence with the fib, we will take the 382. So we will be taking this level, which held for some time. As you can see here, these are some nice sellers hotspot, as if you want to call them this way. So we will place a buy limit a bit above the 382 level. Stop loss should be halfway through the 618, and the take profit should be on the top of the fib, and this will be our pending entry. As you can see, we get triggered, a bit of a drawdown there, and the position goes all the way to the top. Okay, so this was a clear example of a buy trade. Now I will return with an example of a short trade as well. Okay, now regarding a short example, as you can see here, we have a nice uptrend. We established a solid base here. We established another solid base above it. And then we had a huge rejection with huge red candles that signal a trend shift to the downside. As you can see, price went to the other side of the 50 EMA. We have a small retracement here, so this is the time to draw a fib extension and see with what levels does it line up with. So what can we see here? We can see that the 382 level is perfectly aligned with the 50 EMA. Bear in mind that the 50 EMA will raise if the price will retrace. So the EMA will go something like this a bit. So in this case, again, bear in mind the market structure and learn to anticipate a bit the movement of the EMA so that you will forecast its movement. The market may retrace up to this level. I think this is a bit too early of an entry, so I will place it somewhere around this level and the 382. I think it would be healthy just to place it over here, but I don't like missing out on positions, so I'll just put it around halfway. Again, this is up to you guys, up to your own backtesting. You have to do a bit of backtesting in order to establish some clear ground rules for this strategy, other than the ones that I expose here. And yeah, so this would be our first sell limit right here. Again, stop loss a few pips to the 618, not above it, because if it goes all the way to it, you may have another entry from here. So there's no point in the stop loss covering all this area. And let's see how this strategy goes. As you can see, the 382 has been tested, and the price reverted from this level right here, the structure that got broken. Again, the price may have pushed through our stop loss. Maybe it wanted to retest this level of structure over here, which held as well, which would have meant that we would have another entry around this level. But this is how this strategy will work. You will see in the backtesting more results and more entries regarding the strategy. But so far as strategy and indicator goes, this is all that I have for you guys. See you in the next video.